me tell you something. Depression is not real. Feeling depressed is real. And that is a natural biological trigger for you to change something in your life. I have people mess with me all the time. I'm fat and I can't get a girlfriend because I'm depressed. I'm like, no, pancake lover. You're depressed because you're fat and you can't get a girlfriend. If I was you, I'd be depressed. Because when he walked into the therapist's office and said, I feel depressed, here's some mind-altering drugs, and then I need to see you 6 hours a day, every day, and we're gonna talk about sad things. How do you have time to be depressed? You have so much you could do. There's so much that you need to do to be your best self, and you're competing against men like me, and you're finding hours a day to be sad? No wonder you're gonna perpetually lose forever.
Hey, how's your girl, man?
Oh, she left me.
Oh.
Yeah, my mother died too. And my dad got deported. But I got the man.
Nice.
Yeah, right?
Oh, what's the use? Every day the same old thing. Life is an endless succession of failures and disappointments.
Well, look on the bright side, Plankton. If all your hopes and dreams finally came true, then you wouldn't have anything left to look forward to.
What's up, my boys? Okay. Today, we got a special video. So today's video is going to be, you'll be 100% in control of your emotions, whether that's lust, sadness, happiness, you'll be in control, bro. I don't wish to offend people who are depressed or really try to say that they're in depression states or they don't want to change their depression states or they're taking pills for depression, all sorts of things. That's all bullshit to me. I'm going to keep it 1,000. I want to be able to lift you guys to your higher self so that you could really understand and control the way that you feel. So while I'm on retention, for me, I'm truly in control of my emotions. I understand why I might be in a negative state of a lower vibration or why I might be in a higher vibration, right? And I made a whole separate video on vibrations and how they affect you. But I left the chart in the beginning of this video as well of the states of happiness or the states of sadness of, you know, characteristics and character traits that might bring you lower into depression states and character traits that will bring you into higher states. So characteristics being like being in a happier mood, listening to good music that makes you feel a certain type of way. That's you flowing on a high vibration. When you're driving your car, right, and it's a nice, beautiful day like this, right, I'm shirtless, I'm in my car, you know, I feel I'm outside in nature. I'm about to go for a walk and meditate. I'm in a good environment. I'm in a good, you know, mindset, the good feelings. So when you're on retention, your higher up is able to see the shit for what it is, right? Like for me, I'm brutally honest with myself. That's just always how I've grown up. So I know when I'm listening to rap music of some gangster shit, or I'm doing something that I know I'm not supposed to do, when I'm taking away time from me putting in my work on YouTube or in the gym or whatever it is, I know I will be flowing at a lower vibration because I know I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? For me, things that bring me in higher vibration is things that, like, I hit the gym. Like me thinking about hitting the gym already makes me happy. You feel what I'm saying? Me going to meditate makes me happy. Me going for these walks in my nice neighborhood that I live in, and I'm outside in nature and I'm breathing in fresh air and I'm grounding in the sand and shit, and I go into the water and I'm off social media and shit. Man, that's the highest of the highs it gets for me being on a higher vibration. The same thing with my YouTube. Me making this video, I'm in a higher state of vibration where I'm happier. So when it comes to depression, you have to understand that's a lower state of feeling negative and really believing that you feel negative. You have to understand you can shift your mindset or perception of what you're believing at a certain moment, right? So say, for instance, I'm feeling sad. Something negative happens. You can alter your mind, right? Like say someone died, for instance, right? This is very deep, and this is like the lower state of, like, you know, the toughest things that you can do, right? Like for me, say if someone died, right? I would try my absolute best and just try to see it for the good of what it is. I believe that person's going with God, so I would try to alter my mind, like, no, it's okay, she's in a better place, or he's in a better place. You know what I'm saying? He went with God, so it's fine, you know? I'm going to do what I got to do in order to make that person proud and look over me as if I'm really doing what I'm supposed to do in this world, you know? And not saying that you won't be at lower vibrations, right? If you're in the house all day and you're fucking crying because a girl broke up with you, listening to Juice WRLD sad music is going to bring you lower vibration. It's going to make you sad, right? So compare that if your girl broke up with you or something, go outside and go hit the gym. release that negative emotion and change it to something positive, where you hit the gym, you had a crazy good workout, you had pre-workout, and you were listening to your favorite songs that like naturally let you rise on a higher vibration. You're asking God for help throughout your way in life. Bro, that's only going to bring you in a higher vibrational state where you start to feel more happy. You start to alter your mind. And when you're on retention, you're able to, you basically become more stoic. That's like the main thing that I'm going to be saying, is you basically become more stoic in a way of, you see this person's negative energy. You see this is not a good person. He's always cursing. He's always talking shit. He's not a good person, whatever it is. You know, in order to get out of this emotion or to get away from these negative vibrations, you got to get away from him. That person's not a good person in your life. You know, they're always bringing stress. They're not, you know, they don't bring you no fulfillment of happiness, or, you know, they don't, you know what I'm saying? There's always something negative with this person. That person has to go. You know what I'm saying? And for me, for some people, even for me, you might not really believe this, but I could even see it for myself. This is where I raise my hand, where I can be seen as a toxic person sometimes. I can't even lie. Like, for me, I was just thinking before I made this video that, you know, my homies or whoever, you know, some people don't like to, like, be around me sometimes because I am brutally honest in some ways where I can't sugarcoat some shit, right? Because I'm not that type of guy that if you come to me for advice, that I'm going to sugarcoat it in a way of to make you feel better. No, I'm going to tell you what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are big, out of shape, you know, fat, whatever, and you come to me and you tell me like your problems and all sorts of things, you're sad, I'm going to motivate you by keeping it 100% real. Like, I'll be like, bro, that girl left you because, like, no disrespect, bro, you're not in the way of the shape or form of who you should be. You should be way stronger, look way better. You should weigh a lot less, and you should stop, and you should go hit the fucking gym. Real shit. I can't sugarcoat it. That's within me. And some people will see that and not be able to take it, and they would want to move away from me. And I can understand in a way, but if you want real advice, you come to me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I never did for myself, so I can't do it for others. You see what I'm saying? You keep that shit brutally honest, and some people can't handle that. The truth really does hurt. Even with myself, the truth really does hurt. You know what I'm saying? But when you go and you really stay on higher vibrations, you start to feel life for what it is. That's the enlightened part where you should start to feel life at. When you're going for walks by yourself, you learn to love yourself. You learn to be by yourself at all times. You start to realize that's all you need. That you have you and God, and that's it. I don't have my chain on, but I have God with me even without my chain on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, God is always going to be there for me, so I can't be sad if all my friends say everything, my life is going wrong. I have God. I put my full trust in him. I know he's got my pathway written out, and I'm good. You know, just keep doing what I'm supposed to do to fulfill my goals and my dreams, and he's going to lead me to that pathway. You see what I'm saying? But even with like I said, it all goes into like a lot of this depression shit, because a lot of people really make the world seem to be something that's so negative and always depressed. Like, you always have to be depressed. Oh, I'm waking up, I gotta do this. Change your mindset, right? Because I remember when I used to work my job, I wake up 3:45 and be there by 5 in the morning. I would already hear the negative emotions that other people were talking about. And this is when I didn't know this information. I just didn't want to be around you. That's all it was. I'll walk into the spot, right? And the person that's there, my coworker or whatever, the first thing they'll say is not even like hi or anything. It'll just be like, another day. Like, I don't even feel in that emotion when I wake up 3:45 in the morning to go to work sometimes. I wasn't always feeling that way of like, man, fuck this job, you know? Not really, because I know I had to alter my mindset of, okay, I get out of work, I gotta go hit the gym and do my YouTube, and sooner than later, I'm going to quit this job to do YouTube, in which I did. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, do you see how this works? Where if you hear people, it's just the little emotions that you gotta realize, like complaining, you know, you sighing, you breathing hard. Like, you feel me? That's like, fuck, like, why am I in this place? Why am I at this area with this person? Or why am I hanging out with this person? That is a negative emotion of you sighing, you talking negative. You got to really watch what you say as well. The negative things will start to stir in your mind, bro. It will alter your mind into want to be in a negative state. But if you can alter your mind to be in a higher state, that is your higher self doing it. right? If I'm feeling sad, for instance, or I'm not feeling like today's a good day or whatever, I'm going to listen to good music. I'm going to go for a walk, or I'm going to drive. I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to do something that's going to bring me in an enlightened feeling so that I can feel better. You know, in the TV shows, right, where they used to be like, look at the bright side. That's real shit. You can really look at the bright side for each situation and change the perspective so that you can feel higher and more happier, or more in like at least a calm state that you're not stressing about. You feel what I'm saying? Stress, that's a negative emotion. Anxiety, that's a negative emotion. That's lower vibrational shit that's going to keep you lower. Like I said, for most people that always talk about depression and all sorts of things, they're in their room playing video games, jerking off 3 times out the day, knowing you're not supposed to do this shit. You know you're not supposed to be jerking off. You know you should go outside and talk to some women, but you're going to jerk off to fill the void, or you're going to play video games all day to fill the void. You're going to be in a room that's completely dark with fucking curtains, like I used to be, completely dark, where it'll be shut out like a movie theater, to play the game all day like a fucking virgin, knowing you're not supposed to do this. Knowing that if you kept it 100 with yourself, you know the answers, right? And this is where I'm going to get into a part where you guys don't even know. Like, I've been through therapy and all of that shit as a kid, because my mom always, you know, I always had troubles and shit, you know, as a kid, where I was always in trouble, always like arguing, fighting back or whatever, and always just being in a way where I was always in trouble, in a lower vibration. So my mom would give me these therapists, right? And these therapists, I had, let's say, 5 therapists throughout my whole lifetime, from when I was like, let's say the 4th grade up until like let's say sophomore or junior year of high school, right? And I had some therapists, right? I had some like square ass therapists who could never like walk a day in my shoes or ever even relate to me, where they would just, you know, sit down, try to talk to me so calmly and shit. That's not how it worked with me. For certain people, you have to realize that. I realized that therapists, you don't even need therapy. You don't need therapy at all. You can literally express your emotions by going on a walk like I do. I literally go on a walk when I'm really feeling like negative or lost or anything. And you being in nature, breathing the air, you hearing the birds chirp, it's going to like instantly up your vibration no matter how bad you're feeling. But I would go on a walk now if I'm feeling bad or whatever, and I would literally express myself as if like I'm making these videos. Like even this video, like these videos that I make, it's some sort of a therapy session where I release who I truly am to the world, and people gravitate towards me and understand me for who I am and like me for who I am. That's therapy. That's you literally feeling better. You don't need to talk to someone in a fucking dull ass room where, how you feeling today, Patrick? Are you okay? Do you need medicine to take in order you to feel some certain type of way? No, motherfucker. You can do this yourself. And I've been through 5 therapists, right? So check this out, right? I had 3 therapists that were like, just like, express your emotions. And I understand that there was one of them out of those 3 where I actually kind of liked, because he knew his job very well. All he did was ask a question and let me speak. He just let me speak and talk my emotions of how I truly felt at that time. And I will figure out the answer by myself. You can do this. When you go on a walk, just talk about whatever the fuck is going on within your life. And you can literally find out the answers by talking out loud. If you're keeping it bulged up into your brain, it's not going to be able to really find the answer thoroughly. If you're expressing the words of how you feel outside by yourself, going for a walk, talking loud, even if the emotions are very strong, where I'm negative, I'm like, fuck, whatever. I remember doing this shit. And I would always feel better after every session I did that. Every walk that I went and I felt some sort of way, I released that negative emotion and I put it to a positive emotion where I felt good. Literally, after you, it's like you going into the gym. For most like beginners, they don't want to go into the gym. They don't want to work out or whatever. But after that workout, after a grueling workout where you work out hard and you really knew you pushed yourself and you felt really good, you know, outside, after the workout, you felt really good. You feel like you pat yourself on the back like, word, I did that. You feel what I'm saying? So in these therapy sessions, I remember I had this one guy. He would ask me a question of whatever and just let me talk for like, bro, I will ramble for like 10 minutes on. And I'm like, let's say 16 at this time. So I don't know no better about self-control. I'm literally expressing everything to this dude. And I know certain things not to express, of like, you know, talking in certain ways of like doing like violence and shit. So I knew not to say stuff about that. But I remember just expressing myself. And I would find the answer by myself. And I would ask him, do you think that's this, that, and the third? Or do you think this is the right way or whatever? And he would literally be like, you just found your answer. You expressed it. Like, I just expressed it out loud. And I found my fucking answer. What's going on and what's making me feel the negative emotions. And I know I need to change. That's all you need. Depression state is just something you need to change for real. When I remember me being on those video games, jerking off all day, playing video games all day, not getting no women, not getting no money, not having a purpose. I was in a lower state all the time. Other than when I was outside playing sports with my homies. That was the only time I felt higher vibrations. Because I'll come home, my mom screaming, yelling, all sorts of things. You know how that, if you got Puerto Rican parents, you know how the fuck that go. But all of that shit was toxic. So when I left that house and I got kicked out, basically, I felt like at a safer spot than I was home. That's the craziest part. But I knew what was wrong. Okay, I got to get out the house more. I need to be outside with the homies more. I need to go play some sports. Or I got to play soccer, basketball, or train boxing, or whatever I'm doing. Or hang out with my homies. And I was always at a higher vibration when I was with the people that I love. You feel what I'm saying? And compared to being home into such a negative, toxic household, you would start to realize, man, I don't even want to be here, bro. Real shit. Like, not a lot of people understand this, bro. A lot of people's homes were their safe spot. For me, when I was a kid, that shit was not the safe spot. It wasn't the spot where I go home and I'm cleared from all the bullshit. No, I would go home and it's more bullshit. You feel me? So, but back to the point where I was talking about these therapists, right? The best therapist that I did have, though, was the people who let me express who I was. That's all it was. I remember when I was a kid, I had my 2 therapists, right? And they come from the city that, you know, they come from New York in the cities and shit like that, with the inner cities where they understand kids like me and shit. So all he would do is literally like pick me up and he would let me like control the aux. Like, you know, he'll let me play some music while we're riding down, going to go get some food or something. And from that, I would play the music that I like, and it brought me to higher vibrations. You feel what I'm saying? It made me more happier to be with this guy. He's just letting me rock. He's letting me be me. You feel what I'm saying? So after that, I would either go to or he'll just let me go to my homie's house to go play basketball outside while he's just chilling on the side watching us play ball, letting kids be kids. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like 15, 16 at the time. You feel me? And I'll go to the rec and we'll play basketball there, and he'll watch me. He'd be like, nah, bro, you got to work on this move to let you, like, because I remember one day, I never had somebody watch me play ball, and I'm playing against somebody who real nice, and I'm nice too at the time. But I just didn't have like that confidence to really get buckets at that time. Now I have that confidence within everything I do. So, you know, I was more shy and timid, but at this time, me and this guy was going back at it's a 5v5, but it was basically running ones of like, basically he'll come down, score, get a tough bucket because I'm playing tough defense, and then I'm like, all right, give me the fucking ball so I go, and it's straight like a 1v1 the whole game. I swear, game to like 12. Me and this dude was going back and forth, cooking each other. And I end up winning this shit. Bro, none of us missed a shot the whole game. That's how lit it was. They'll come through the lane, throw a little floater, a layup, or he'll step back, hit a 3. I'll come back, hit him with some shit, step back, hold some water on his shit, get a bucket on him. And I would see him on the side. I'm looking at him. He giving me like, word, you nice. Like, you feel me? It brought me reassurance. He let me be me. And I had to show out since that's my man. I'm like, nah, I got to do it to this dude. But yo, that was one day where it was 12 points straight up, like straight work, ISO work. You feel me? Like, this shit was crazy. Just imagine like Kyrie at the time versus like Curry or Dame Lillard. You feel me? Like wild 1v1 type work. But after he would let me play or do what I'm doing or chill with my homies, or, you know, then we'll be on the car ride home, or we'll go get some food for about like 20 minutes, go to Subway or something. And he would let me express myself. He would be like, hey, man, so what's really going on? You feel me? After all of that, it's like, okay, I could really open up to that person. I could really be, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? This is what's going on. I can't even lie. This is what's kind of affecting me, you know? And he would help me, guide me through that type of shit. Just let people be. So when you're in these depression states or whatever, because a lot of this world, I want y'all to understand, happiness comes from being in a depression state, but getting out of a depression state of you feeling more sad. If you go from sad, what is it? You can go more lower? No, when you're at the rock bottom, you can only go up from there. So when I was in my states of depression, when my girlfriend broke up with me, right? This all happened at once. My girlfriend breaks up with me, right? All right, cool, I'm sad. I'm smoking weed all day to cope. Yo, that's the cargo plane off of GTA, bro. What the fuck? That shit's carrying something, bro. I don't know what it's doing, but that's a helicopter off GTA. But yeah, like I was saying, my girlfriend broke up with me, right? I was in a sad, depression state. Not only just because of that, there was a lot of shit that was going on, but I would cope and smoke weed. I was smoking weed a lot. After that, I was smoking weed all day. Then I get fired from my job a few days later. I swear to you, bro. Fired from my job. I spazzed out. I was in a lower state at all times. My vibration was always low. I was ready to crash out at all times. My manager did some fuck shit. Bro, I set that shit straight. I spazzed. I kind of crashed out in a way. Got fired. You feel me? I got kicked. I was on top of this, I was getting kicked out of my auntie's house. So I didn't even know where I was going to go at this time. You feel what I'm saying? I'm about to be homeless. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what to do. All of this shit is going onto my shoulders. I'm feeling states of like, yo, why the fuck is this always happening to me? I'm feeling like a victim at this time. I was feeling like a victim and I was feeling like a bitch, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Feeling just in a negative emotion where, oh, this is not my fault. This is the world's fault, man. You know, none of my friends have to go through things like how I do. Like, looking back, just thinking like I was a bitch for that. You feel me? Really, because then I started to really listen to Andrew Tate and shit. And he would just be like, yo, just stop being a bitch. You know the answers. You have to do what you got to do. You got to go work another job. Find another job. Go work another job. If you got to stay in your car, go sleep in your car. It is what it is. You have to find that answer. That answer can be so brutally honest that at that time I couldn't accept that shit. I didn't want to accept that, you know, this is all my fault. Because I felt like, oh, I'm 17 year old at the time. Oh, no, this is not my fault. You feel me? This is like the world. This is God just playing me. Or this is just, you know, my family don't love me. You know, pussy shit. All that pussy shit, real life. Because as a man, once you get older, you start to realize everything's your fault, no matter what it is. You being at a certain place at a certain time, at the wrong time, shit, that's your fault. Why are you there? Oh, because this guy upped the pistol, he did this. No, that's your fault for going to that spot. Everything's your fault, no matter what it is. Your girlfriend left you. It's your fault. Something that you did or whatever the fuck, it's your fault. Everything's your fault. You feel what I'm saying? But I was living in a victim mentality type of shit where I was blaming it on other things. But the answer was, it's all my fault. Everything's your fault, bro. This is where you take full accountability. And that's when you really start to realize that you live like a fucking man. Where if you eat this certain meal, you know you're going to feel a certain way. And that's going to bring you on a lower vibration, right? If I eat fucking McDonald's for all day, I'm going to feel nasty about myself. I'm not going to feel good about myself. My overall health isn't going to be good. So whose fault is that I'm fucking 300 pounds? Bitch, it's your fault. It's your fault of you eating this food. You know what I'm saying? This is your fault. This depression state, this all fat, like, all of these states are your fault. No matter what you want to say, you can cope. It's cope, bro. I was coping hard as fuck, trying to find other answers of why it's not my fault. No, the real answer as a man is that it's always your fault. That's the realest shit that is going to get. Once you're able to take accountability for everything in your life, you start to realize the answers all come from with you. And even then, that's power. You understand? You can change that. Oh man, this is all my fault. You know, why is life as a man always so hard? Why everything as a man so sad and always negative? No, that's your perspective of it. Because if you're able to flip it, everything goes through me. If I'm not at this certain place at a certain time, I won't get in trouble. I won't do this certain thing. I won't act in a certain way or whatever the fuck. It's all your fault because you have to be able to control what you do. And through that way of being 100% accountable, you know that you're literally more stoic and you are able to have more emotional control. So that when you are like, for instance, you're arguing with a dumb fuck, right? I do this too much, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I know the answers truly within me is like the real answer, but I will debate someone and they will just be so like brain dead, like TikTok retarded, that I'm like, I take a step back and be like, what am I fucking doing? Why am I arguing with this brain dead bot human being? Like, what am I doing? So I would just walk away from the conversation because I'm like, what the fuck? Because even then, the shit could get to an altercation and you never know what could happen. You break this dude's jaw, you could go to jail for the rest of your life for killing this guy, for punching him in his face for something so stupid. And whose fault is that? oh, it's his fault because he got me mad, and you know, it's my, no, that's pussy. That's little boy shit. If you're blaming everything else on someone else, that's pussy shit. That's not what real men do. You see what I'm saying? You got to take full accountability. It's your fault because I got mad of what he was saying, and I punched him in his jaw, and he fell asleep, and he died forever. You feel what I'm saying? He died. That's all my fault. Everything was my fault. I allowed myself to get mad of what he was saying and put me in a negative emotion and a lower vibration to the point where I want to fight him. I punch him in his face. Now he's dead. Whose fault is that? It's all your fault. But the regular bot would be like, no, he got me into that mode. No, it's not my fault. Fuck out of here. That's his fault. No, that's little boy shit. It's all your fault. All your actions, everything that you do is your fault. It's in your way of you being able to control yourself. Yo, this is the third time this cargo plane off GTA slid, bro. This shit's crazy. Hey, of realizing that you got to take everything head on. And some days you won't feel as good as you normally feel. That's life. You got to realize this life shit. But if you're able to angle and change your vibration of how you feel and how you see things, like, you will be able to really live a much better life than the average person who's always complaining, always sad, always depressed, always this, that, and the third, because they don't know how to change their way of living. Everything of like depression states and all sorts of things is because of the way you live or the way that you act or the way that you move. It's always something that you have to figure out as a man, and that's pretty tough, having to figure out every fucking thing. But that's your job. Everyone forgets what a real man is, no matter what it is. Like, you forget that you have to be more stoic in certain situations, that you got to move a certain way, that you got to think a certain way, that you all sorts of things, bro. Life as a man is never going to be easy. Never. You know what I'm saying? Children and women, there's a saying that children and women have it easy. Yes, because you don't fault them. It's a woman and it's a child. You feel what I'm saying? You don't blame a child for doing certain things because it's a fucking kid. You don't blame a woman for acting a certain way because she's a woman. But a man, he has to take full accountability of every action that he has got going on. And a lot of guys can't live up to that expectation because nowadays in modern day society, more men act like bitches and more like women. I swear, I know women that will beat the brakes out of a fucking feminine type of guy who's like a bitch. I swear to you. Call me whatever you want. I know women that will beat the shit out of a fucking dude. Do you know how sad that is? You're a fucking man and you're gonna lose to a girl in a fight? Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking about like those Ronda Rousey ass bitches, but bro, they're not coming over here either, bro. But like, a lot of guys are acting more feminine in a way that more women are more masculine than a guy, where they're stepping on their toes, that when guys are in relationships, they're so in love, emotional control, that she has the power in her hand to control your emotions. If she breaks up with you, you're sad. If she is holding sex, you're sad. Whatever kind of thing, you got to be able to hold that in your way because you're the man and you're supposed to lead. The woman is never supposed to lead a fucking man. We forget what a man really is, bro. Men made all of these roads. Men did so many fucking crazy things. All of the men in leadership times, Napoleon, all of these great leaders, bro, they were fucking men, masculine men. You see what I'm saying? Men can do so much things. Like we're strong as fuck. You know that? Like, mentally, physically, we are strong and we are different. You know what I'm saying? Like, we forget how powerful a man really is. You know? Like, it's crazy that life has gotten to that. But once you're able to control and realize that you can live and change your perspective of how you view yourself in your life, you can change how you feel, bro. You can say, okay, I'm sad right now. Let me go on a walk, talk, and express myself. And after I express myself, I'm going to be at a higher vibration. I'm going to listen to music and smile. You know, another key of like higher vibrational things to make you feel happier and more and get you out of a less depression state is you literally smiling. Literally just crack a smile, bro. A smile is going to bring you into a higher state so that all of the bullshit, you go through it and you see through the bullshit. When you're smiling through a hard time, it's going to see automatically the bright side of that situation. Like on TV shows, like on SpongeBob, I remember them always saying because they will literally, SpongeBob and Patrick will literally fuck up Squidward's life. And they would go up to him after him spazzing out, after him crashing the fuck out, doing the most craziest shit, fucking up Squidward's life. They would just be like, Squidward, just look at the bright side, bro. Like, you still got this, that, and the third. You feel me? Trying to find the good out of the most negative situations. And that's what life's all about. as I'm a younger kid, I'm really trying to figure out a lot of this life shit. Trying to figure it out. And on retention, you're able to become more stoic because you're in control of your emotions. All emotions, lust, happiness, sadness, all sorts of emotions. You control your lust a lot better than when you're fapping all the time. Like, and your brain automatically goes to you watching porn, or you automatically want to fuck a girl. When you're able to control your emotions, then you bring that to sexual transmutation, as what I'm doing now, where my dick gets hard all the fucking time, but I go and do work. You feel what I'm saying? I go and bring you some fucking game for your fucking brain, bro. I love y'all. Like, I really do. And when I bring these videos to y'all, it makes my day. It makes me so happy. I live into the highest vibrations because I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm supposed to do, and I know what I'm doing is right, and it fulfills my heart, and it makes my heart feel well. Another thing, the last thing I want to say is, for me personally, I want to talk about my examples, and you could put this and implement this in your life to see what is bringing you at a lower vibration. So the days that I don't go for that walk, or I don't meditate, or the days that I don't hit the gym, or the days that I don't make my YouTube videos, or I don't edit, or I don't read, I feel like something's stripped from me. I don't feel right. I don't feel good emotionally. I don't feel good because I know I have goals on YouTube where I'm supposed to touch thousands of subscribers and help a lot of people throughout this world. And when I'm not doing that, and I'm just laying down watching TikTok or Instagram, I know I'm not fulfilling my life goal, and I don't feel right. I really don't feel right. I need you to understand this, bro. When I'm not working at the gym, or I'm not putting in this work, or doing everything that I know I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to put out a lot more videos than I am right now, even in a way I don't feel right? Like, I really don't. You know what I'm saying? All of these distractions that take me away from my goals and my purpose, I hate it, but I still the wrong answer. I know the answer of what I'm supposed to do. It's brutally honest. You're supposed to get off all social media. You're supposed to say, fuck these hoes. You're supposed to literally lock in on this YouTube shit, which I kind of am, but I'm not at my full potential. You feel me? I'm not all the way there. Once I start working like 12-hour days, holy fuck, that's going to be crazy. Giving you crazy information that don't nobody know about. That's when I'm locked in. That's my full potential. And when I hinder myself and I don't work up to that potential, or, you know what I'm saying, I don't hit the gym, or I'm not doing my YouTube, and I skip out on a day, I don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel good at all. Like, and that brings me to lower vibrations, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know I'm supposed to put in this work. So when I put in that work, it brings me to higher vibrations. But when I don't, I'm at a lower frequency where I do not feel well. You feel what I'm saying? So you can look and analyze your life, that once you don't hit the gym, you know you're probably not going to feel that good. You're not going to feel as good as you would if you hit the gym. Then you go do everything else you're supposed to do. For most, for most people, you know the right answers. This is the biggest thing. I want you to understand that. This is when you really become a fucking man. You know the fucking answers of what you're supposed to do. It's just the fact that you're running away from it. That is what brings you at lower vibrations. You know the answers no matter how hard it is. If you're struggling and you don't have money or whatever, you got to work those 12-hour days. You got to work 16-hour days. You got to work a lot and be efficient and keep grinding and all of that. You know the answers. It's just you don't want to do it. And that is where you start to realize, I know the answers, but I can openly hold my hand and say, I know I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I know my answer, that I'm supposed to work 8 to 12-hour days on my YouTube shit, but I'm not doing it. You feel what I'm saying? But I know where I'm supposed to be at. And sooner than later, I will get there. And I understand this thoroughly. So you know your answers of when you're fat and what you eat. You know when you're fat because you're putting McDonald's in your body and saying, oh no, I have a slow metabolism and I have this. Shut the fuck up. That's gay, bro. You know what's so gay? I remember when I was a kid, I used to literally tell my people, because I remember I had this one friend who was super skinny, and I was super skinny just like him. I wasn't even eating, bro, like nearly eating as much as I do now. Like, I know if I want to gain weight, I know what I'm supposed to do to gain weight. I'm supposed to eat more food, have a protein shake, eat a little bit more than I normally am, and I'll gain weight. It's common sense. It's what the human body needs. If my body says I need 2,800 calories, I know I'm supposed to eat 3,200 to gain an extra 400 calories a day, and that literally makes me gain weight. But at the time, you don't know this knowledge. So I remember this one kid, and I said what he said because I was skinny. It was a cop-out. It was like a pussy answer, you feel me? It was, well, bro, like everybody be like, yo, why you so damn skinny to him or to me? And he would be like, bro, you don't understand. I just have a fast metabolism. Shut your bitch ass up, you fucking lame. Like, and I would say the same thing because he kind of said it, and it was like a cop-out answer. I'll be like, no, you don't understand, bro. I have a fast metabolism. I eat everything. I could eat this whole plate. I could eat this whole dinner. No, I'm just a bitch. That's all it is. You know the answer. You're supposed to eat more food to gain more weight. Oh, but at the time, I really didn't have a lot of food to eat. I'm going to keep it a beam. But I know the fucking answer. For him, he knew the fucking answer. It's just a pussy-ass fucking excuse to say, oh, I got a fast metabolism, bro. You'll never understand what it is. I eat every day, all day, bro. You eat fucking like a pussy little PB&J in the morning, and then just shut up, bro. You don't know what it is. And that goes the same way for bigger people who try to lose weight. Oh, man, you don't know how hard it is to stop eating food, this, that. Bro, I bulk and cut every fucking year. You're going to tell me I don't know how hard it is to cut calories, to get to 12% body fat, even lower than that, to get under 10% body fat? You're going to tell me how hard? I don't know how that feels. Bitch, you never been under 10% body fat, so you will never understand how hard it is when you're actually feeling like you're starving and you need to get some food in your body. Fuck out of here. Most guys don't really know that shit. They just talk some bullshit just to cope and cop out. Oh, you don't know how hard it is to stop eating. You know, I always do my cardio. I do this. Bro, you're walking on the fucking treadmill for an hour thinking you're burning hundreds of calories. You're burning bare minimum. Go in the fucking Stairmaster for an hour and see how much you fucking burn, right? Fuck what you talking about, all this cop-out pussy answers and shit. I'm tired of it. And that's when you realize you become a real man. You're in control of your emotions. You know that I'm in a sad depression state because I'm locked in my room, not doing nothing, not fulfilling my goals and my purpose of my life. I know I'm in a negative state because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're able to alter that and be like, no, I know what I'm supposed to do. I know I'm going to go on this walk. I'm going to express myself. I know the answers. I'm going to figure out that answer. And I'm going to go and do what I'm supposed to do that answer leads me to. I'm going to plan out a plan for that answer and complete it. And I start to really see what I got going on. That is how you get out of these states. I understand this so much, bro. I really do. And it's vibrational feelings and emotions. You're able to control your emotions and say in your head when I'm getting like negative thoughts or whatever. I get these thoughts too. Don't get the shit twisted. I am not a perfect human being, but when I get these thoughts in my brain where it's self-doubt, oh, maybe you can't do this, you can't do it. No, even, bro, I'm going to tell y'all a quick story too before I end this video. Right, the other day, I'm not even going to lie. I'm linked up with this girl, smoking up and everything like that. I didn't even want to fuck her. I dropped her off, whatever. Bro, I got so fucking fried that I started to, like, self-doubt and analyze. Because all I do is analyze my life. Like, I don't care about anything else. I care about really getting my goals. That's my number one thing. So I'm like, man, maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't do that. Bro, maybe you can't do this. And it was like a battle of my head where after I dropped her off, I'm talking to myself. I'm walking in my street. It was a beautiful night. And I'm like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, my brain, every time I thought something, this is how I really understood who Patrick is. My one side of my brain, right? Take it, it's like the good angel, or this is the bad angel. Well, no, we're going to say this is the good angel and this is the bad angel. You know, where you get these negative thoughts to do things and this, that, and the third, and you're led by like negative emotions. I'm having these negative emotions in my head on this one part of this brain of my half of my brain, right? Then my other part of my brain and my higher self and my self-consciousness of who I really am and who I truly believe that I understand who I am is telling me, like, the negative emotions is telling me, nah, man, maybe you really can't do this. Maybe there's that. Giving me just self-doubt, right? Then my right side, out of nowhere, after I express that emotion, maybe you really can't do that. No. My brain is thinking that. Out loud, I will speak, right? I'm thinking that in my brain. Maybe you really can't do this, right? The other side of my brain is telling me out loud, after it analyzed what the fuck it said, my outer self, I'm fried. Understand? I'm fried out of my mind. I smoke like 3 blunts. I'm not gonna lie. My other side of my brain is like, out loud, I'm like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? Who is telling you this nut shit? I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Stop talking bullshit. That's not you. I don't know what the fuck you're believing because you're not your thoughts. You're really not. You know who you are. So when those negative thoughts come out where maybe you can't really do this, all this depression shit, I'll take a step. Instantly, I took a step back like, shut the fuck up. Talking to myself as if I'm a madman. I'm like, who the fuck who's lying to you? Who's telling you this bullshit? What are you talking about? You even know what you're talking about. Shut your mouth. You're talking nut shit. That's how my brain was telling me. Literally, I expressed this shit out loud to myself. Like a fucking crazy madman. I'm literally talking to myself. what the fuck are you talking about, bro? He's talking some nut shit. As if there's someone else there telling me something. You feel what I'm saying? It's so crazy, bro. That shit was so crazy. But my other side of my brain's like, what the fuck are you even talking about? Shut the fuck up. This dude doesn't even know what he's talking about. There's no other guy there. But it's like my brain. Bro, that's all that, bro. Literally, you're able to control yourself once you really understand who you are. Once you say things of, I will be great. I will, you're able to control your words, your emotion. You start to say, I will be great. I really am going to be one of the greatest human beings that I will possibly be. I'll be the best version of Patrick. I will help the world. I will save the world. I'll get as much money as I can and give it to a lot of people. I'm going to help my family, my mom, my dad, my sisters, everyone that I love. I'm going to help myself. I'm going to help my future kids and my kids' kids. All of that shit. You start to really understand who you are, and you develop the shield. No matter what happens, that shield cannot crack. Especially when you have God with you too. That shield will never crack. Even when I'm at my lowest, like, that's literally me being at my lowest, fucking high as hell, like, at the stupidest emotions of my life, talking some absolute garbage bullshit where my brain is telling me, maybe you can't do this, you can't do. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? You don't even know who you talking. Like, my conscious is fighting my lower self. Like, my higher self is fighting my lower self. That's the best way I can explain it. Where my lower self is feeling the self-doubt and all of that. And my higher self is like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, shut up. You don't even know what you're saying. Like, you feel me? So you can really control your emotions, bro. I do not want to offend people in this video. I really hope if you made it to the end, bro, you really understand some shit. Now I've really implemented some shit into your brain, bro. And I love you. And you start to really understand who the fuck I am, bro. So I hope this really helps a lot of people. I really hope this can get out to people and shit, man. This is a great video for me. I express, like, in this way, you gotta understand this is like a therapy session even. Me expressing who I am and truly getting the answers from within and giving it to you. That's fucking therapy. You don't need a fucking therapist. Trust me, you do not need a therapist at all. That was one of the main points I should have said earlier. You don't even need a therapist. You have yourself, you have God. Express yourself, and you will get the answers from within after you express yourself out loud. I promise you. So, anything that you're going through, whether it's negative, sad, and like I mostly made this video about like being sad because a lot of people are always like depressed and shit. Always sad. Everyone's always complaining, always negative. You know what I'm saying? Like, once you find a real, like, you know what's funny? When you meet a shorty who's genuinely happy and so feminine within her nature, and she's never complaining, she's always smiling, cracking a joke or laughing. Those are beautiful human beings. You don't even know. Like, those are beautiful human beings, man. Keep those people around you. So, I love you, bro. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, bro. And I'm gonna leave my last video right here for you guys. So if you guys missed out on that, go watch this video right here. So stay yourself, stay 300, or whatever you're doing in life. Trust me, I believe in you, bro.